Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. We've got something brand new from Gigabyte today. We're checking out something that has kind of leaked out around the internet, kind of not. It's an X570S board. I think the S stands for silent because they've removed the chipset fan from the chipset. So this is the X570S AORUS Master. And without further ado, let's take a bit of a closer look. But remember, ladies and gents, with our motherboard content, this video is not a review. What do you reckon, Bins?
Not a review.
Not a review. Well, she's very quiet. Look how cute. She's very pretty. We put a collar on her today just to see if she would like a collar. She's very pretty today. As usual with our motherboard content on the channel, this video is not a review. It's just an overview so we can take a look at what physically comes in the box of the brand new motherboard and all of the things on this brand new X570S AORUS Master. So let's take a look. At the time of filming this video, there is no information about this board, although it's probably going to be different by the time this video actually comes out. But let's get the motherboard out of the way and take a closer look at all the stuff. There's this sheet of stickers of all of the AORUS stickers for everyone who loves stickers. Here you go, guys. Stickers. There's the multilingual installation guide. This basically shows you how to socket CPUs. It doesn't only show you how to socket AM4 CPUs, it shows you how to do all of them. Interesting stuff. This is the X570S AORUS Master Manual. Basically shows you where everything is on the board and how to do all the things. These manuals are pretty handy if you've never built before or if you've built heaps of PCs because yeah, they give you quite a bit of information. There's also this, the AORUS badge, the mystical badge that adds all of the extra FPS to Fortnite at 8K. Alright, what's under the right flap? What do we got here? Ooh, some SATA or SATA cables for your 2.5-inch SSD or your spinning rush drives. There's also this, it's a 4-pin 12-volt RGB extension cable. This is pretty standard with these boards and it's nice that they still include these. Next up is some thermal probes. Now, these will basically measure the temperature in a certain part of your case and give you readouts. You can also use the headers on the motherboard for other stuff like water temperature sensors as well if you're doing a custom loop. There's also some Velcro, some straps to help you cable manage your system when you decide it's time to build with the X570S AORUS Master. There's also a set of screws for the M.2 slots on this board. I think you guys are going to find this one quite interesting. Alright, what's under the next flap? What do we got here? Ooh, it's a microphone. Now this listens to the acoustics inside of your system and can adjust the fan speeds based on how loud your system is. There's also the G connector. The G connector is used to put all of the front panel lights and all the switches and everything onto a single block, and it plugs into your motherboard nice and easily so you don't have to try and guess what everything is. There's also this shark fin antenna for the built-in Wi-Fi 6E. Yes, they have Wi-Fi 6E now, and Bluetooth 5.2. Alright ladies and gents, it's time to unsheath the X570S AORUS Master. Let's take a bit of a closer look at everything on this board. First up, we've got the front panel audio header. There's also a 3-pin 5-volt addressable RGB header, and next to that is a 4-pin 12-volt RGB header. There's a TPM header, 2 USB 2.0 headers for things like coolers and additional RGB controllers. There's 2 PWM fan headers. There's a USB 3.0 front panel header as well. And last but not least, right up the end of the board is the front panel connectors for all your lights and all your switches and all that jazz to let you know that your system is up and running. There's a right angle USB 3.0 header, 6 SATA or SATA ports for your 2.5-inch SSDs or your spinning rush drives. There's a Thunderbolt header if you're using an add-in Thunderbolt card, a USB Type-C front panel header, 3 PWM fan headers, the 24-pin power connector that sends all of the juice to your brand new X570S AORUS Master. There's a postcode LED screen and a power and reset button as well. Along the top side of the board, we've got another addressable RGB header, a regular 12-volt RGB header, and 4 more PWM fan connectors. There's also 2 8-pin EPS power connectors and another PWM fan connector next to those connectors. As for PCIe slots, there's 3 full-size by 16 slots. However, the top slot is wired by 16, the middle slot is by 8, and the bottom one is by 4. The major difference here with X570S is they've removed active cooling on the X570 chipset. That's the main difference. The chipset itself is identical, however, it does support newer CPUs right out of the box. Speaking of such things, as for the VRM layout on this motherboard, it's actually different to the original X570 AORUS Master. This is using a 14+2 phase digital VRM setup with 70 amp power stages. One of the things you're going to begin to notice with these X570 refresh boards is the designs are quite close to their Intel counterparts for Z590. You can see here that the heatsink actually resembles some of those boards, and I actually like that they've decided to go this direction with these newer boards. This board now supports Ryzen 5000 right out of the box. It doesn't need a BIOS update, obviously, because it's coming so long after those Ryzen 5000 CPUs. But that said, this board still supports Ryzen 2000 and upwards, which I thought was quite interesting because I thought they might remove support for that on these newer boards. If we flip the board over, you can see there's a full cover backplate. Now, most of the time this is seen as a bit of an aesthetics thing. However, some of these boards actually use this backplate to help dissipate some extra heat. We saw this with the X570 Extreme. Whether or not this is the case with this board, it's pretty hard to say at this point. As for memory capabilities, it supports 128 gigs of DDR4 RAM at 5400 MHz overclocked. Okay, let's show you something that you might find interesting with this board. We'll pop off all the heatsinks for the M.2 slots. I'm sure you can already see what's about to happen here, but the X570S AORUS Master has 4 full PCIe Gen 4 M.2 slots, which is one of the probably the most amount of M.2 slots that I've seen on an X570 board to date. It's impressive that they've decided to do this for the refresh. And lastly, this is the new heatsink on the top slot. You can see this is quite over-engineered for what it is, but yeah, here it is, a new heatsink for the top M.2 slot. Lastly, the rear I/O, you've got a Q-Flash button, a clear CMOS button, the antenna connectors for the built-in Wi-Fi 6E, and Bluetooth 5.2. You've got some USB ports, USB 3.2 Gen 2, USB Type-C, 2.5 Gigabit Ethernet is now standard as well as that 7.1 digital surround sound with optical and SPDIF output. Alright ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this first look and overview of the X570S AORUS Master. I keep saying X570 because I'm just so used to it, but yeah. From what I can tell, the S does stand for silent, or maybe it's something else, but yeah, I'm just going to go with it being for silent because there's no chipset fan. From what I can tell as well, the design of the board is more in line with what we saw from the Z590 Intel boards, and it does actually resemble the Z590 Master from Gigabyte as well. As far as pricing and all of that stuff, to be honest, we don't have any information about that on this board, considering there's not even a product page live on Gigabyte's website for this board at all. And when I asked them about it, they were like, yeah, okay, you can do a video about it. I'm like, okay, no problem, we'll do it. I just didn't want to get in trouble in case there was some kind of weird embargo or whatever. But I did notice that ASRock released a bunch of X570S boards last week or the week before that kind of followed the same thing. And we actually saw something similar to this with the Asus ROG Strix Crosshair 8 Dark Hero that had no chipset fan. Obviously there was the X570 Extreme that didn't have one, but that's because it had like all of the heatsinks like in the world. But I think the Crosshair Hero 8, the Dark Hero, was probably one of the first boards to be designed like this. Visually with this X570S board compared to the X570 Master, they are actually quite different in the design. There's a few little nuances that are really obvious when you look at the board. The first is the new heatsinks for the M.2s. There's 4 in total, which we already talked about in the video. And this new chunky heatsink up the top for the top M.2 slot. It still features a fairly decent VRM. This has got a 16+2 phase digital VRM setup. I think the original had a 14-phase direct VRM, correct me if I'm wrong. Also, this supports 5400 MHz memory. It supports Ryzen 5000 out of the box. Now, I thought maybe what they'd done with these X570S boards was remove functionality for Ryzen 2000, but it looks as though anything from Ryzen 2000 and up is supported out of the box with this board. Yeah, I do have like a couple data sheets and whatnot that I went through just to make sure that what I was saying was correct, but yeah, it does appear to be that way. So let me know what you think of this X570 refresh. X570 has been a bit long in the tooth, if I'm being honest. It came out in 2019, it's now 2021. For a motherboard generation to exist for this long is quite unusual. Even with the pandemic, we saw Z490, Z590, that came mid-pandemic for both of them. So yeah, I still think that it is about time for a refresh, and maybe this is all we're gonna get until Zen 4. And yeah, obviously they're gonna be abandoning AM4 at some point, so maybe this is the last of the AM4 boards that we'll see. I like the designs that I'm seeing so far with the stuff that I've seen. All of the boards that I've seen, like from ASRock and from Gigabyte so far, the designs fall in line with the Z590 counterparts. So yeah, a nice little visual and technical upgrade for X570S that I can tell so far. Anyways, guys, if you like the music you heard here, I make all the music. It's available over on our Patreon. If you want to get early access to videos like this one, head on over to Floatplane. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gearshakers. You're perk. And I don't know why I did that. Anyway, cinematic mode. Cinematic mode? That's the time, right? That's at the end of the videos now, right, Claire?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Binny? Come on. Oh, Beans. You're so cute.
It's like, I know you're watching, I'm not doing
You're
it.
so cute, Bindi.
We tried.
Oh, your baby. Oh. People said they've been missing you, Bins. I agree. You've been hiding. You've been sleeping a lot lately.
She's sleeping right now.
You're sleeping, you're sleeping.